Homelessness in the past was thought of largely as a big city problem, but residents who lack shelter live in all corners of our Commonwealth. Homeless residents often aren't living on the street or in shelters either. While there are agencies specifically tasked with fighting this problem, it's often first responders who first come in contact with homeless residents.
People living in blighted homes, can cause fires, trying to keep warm, things like that. So we have a vested interest to make sure the homeless are in a safe space also.
Free says these fires rarely happen Monday through Friday between 9 and 5 when social service agencies are open. He stresses the need for coordination among many groups.
Collaboration among all the agencies is important, agencies talking to each other so we're not duplicating services to the same individuals. So that money that is available for these services can go a little bit further.
Coordination among agencies is key in big cities too.
Everyone wants to help. Everyone wants to pitch in, whether it is the homeless service providers or the Office of Homeless Services or Department of Behavioral Health, as well as our Center City District, our SEPTA, and our police. The problem, though, that we sometimes see is that everyone has their own database. Everyone has their own protocol, which can lead to some duplication.
In cities small and large, it's vital to first get folks out of an unstable situation, be it on the street or in a condemned structure, while working to find longer-term solutions.
So what we did with Operation Safe Space is, oftentimes we find these individuals are living in unsuitable housing, not fit to be in. So the purpose of that was to get those people out of that unfit housing, get them into some temporary housing, and then transition them into permanent safe housing.
Altoona often uses hotels for temporary housing. Getting unhoused people to temporary shelter is also the first step in Philadelphia.
For many people, emergency housing is a first step. Just getting the person stabilized in one place where a case manager or an outreach worker can complete a housing application and then do all of the follow-up that is required.
Across the state, many folks without permanent homes are working. This leads to something Chief Adam Free calls the hidden homeless.
The hidden homeless that we see in Altoona is basically, you have people couch surfing. They don't have the money to afford their own place. Or we have families doubling up. So, one family can't afford a house on their own. So we have families doubling up living in a house.
Candace Player also sees disparity between what people earn and the cost of housing, leading to more homelessness.
But many of those people are facing eviction, and what they're saying is that they can no longer afford the rent. Maybe they found an apartment that is of interest to them, but they simply can't afford the security deposit. They don't have 2 or 3 times the rent as a security deposit, even though they are working.
The problem is growing across Pennsylvania. The Altoona School District identified 191 families as homeless in 2023.
According to the January 2024 point-in-time count, nearly 5,200 people were homeless just on any given night in Philadelphia.
Those battling the homeless problem believe a combination of private funding and money from all levels of government is necessary. This is just too big a problem for municipalities to solve alone.